You are tuned in to Quick Hits. We've got Craig Trapp, we've got Sean Higgs, and we're going to dive into some baseball action with, of course, a little bit of NBA sprinkled in as always. Craig, how we doing up there?
Not the best day yesterday. It was like 0 for yesterday. I did actually the quick hit stuff. I was okay, but not so good with my best bets. So back at them today. As they say, you can't win every day, but you just stay the course.
Right. That's how it is in baseball. You kind of have to stick to your guns and stick to your strategies because you've got to remember it's a 162 game season plus the postseason. So if you're betting on baseball, you can't get too carried away, get too high or too low on wins and losses day by day. Sean Higgs, how are we doing?
All right. I'm like Craig, I'm looking to bounce back yesterday. I mean, bad day, but I'm like, all right, I lose with underdogs and unders. All right, I'm going to take a bad day, I guess, every once in a while. So what are you going to do? As I said, 162 games. Would have got 150 days left of the season. I'm not worried.
Yeah, for sure. Especially when you're betting on underdogs. Obviously, they're not favored for a reason, but if you do win, that is how you boost that bankroll. And doing a little housekeeping before we get going, make sure and hit that like button, subscribe. And you can also hit the bell if you want notifications every time we go live. We do a ton of shows here at Picks and Parlays. So if you want to be notified, just hit that bell. All right, let's dive into today's slate. We're doing a bunch of West Coast teams today, starting with the A's at the Rays. Rays big favorites here because Tyler Glasnow is pitching, one of the best stuff pitchers in baseball, meaning he has great swing and miss stuff here. Rays minus 170. A's are plus 146. Total is 7.5 runs. Craig, initial thoughts on this one?
Well, great series so far. The A's won game one. Rays come back won last night. Glasnow, I was on him last time when he gave up, what was it, 3 or 4 in the first inning. Then he was really good. So he's one of those guys, like you said, probably I would say top 3, 4 guys in the Major League Baseball with swing and miss. And I think with the A's hot bats, you better have swing and miss stuff against this team. I like Glasnow to bounce back tonight. I have him on the run line. I don't like minus 170. I could never suggest laying that. I think the Rays win. I was thinking like 5-1, 4-2 type game. So I'm going to take the Rays minus the 1.5. I wouldn't talk anybody off of the under here as well. I think the 7.5. Anytime Glasnow's on the mound, under usually seems like a pretty good play.
Yeah, check out this stat. He struck out 39% of hitters he's faced this year. That's almost 40% of batters striking out against him. But I will say that doesn't mean that he's not going to give up runs. He does give up runs occasionally, especially the long ball. It seems like sometimes that has been his downfall. Sean Higgs, who do you like in this one?
I think Sean dropped off. So
oh no,
he'll dial back in. Let's go to the next game and then we can let him catch up on the.
All right. Yeah. Just taking another look at this A's game. I think the under is probably the play. It just depends on what you get from Cole Irvin, the starter from the A's. He's 2-2 with a 3.86 ERA. Really respectable considering the teams that they've played, 17 strikeouts, and also a 2-game win streak. So he does get the run support behind him, allowing just 1 run in 11 1/3 innings over his last 2 starts. I think the under is probably the way to go here. Normally, that's kind of the case for the Rays. Their lineup's a little hot and cold. Same with the A's. They're the definition of a hot and cold team, starting the season with 7 straight losses and then rattling off 11 straight wins. I'd love to kind of take a look at them as an underdog here, but it's just the A's also strike out a lot as a team, and Glasnow, as I mentioned, a really big strikeout pitcher. So I think that might be trouble for the A's. I'll just stick with the under. Sean, you're back, I think.
Bro, this is a sign. I got 1 week left in this place. This is ridiculous. Like I come in, I don't know what's happening here.
It's fine.
Craig's like, yeah, Sean dropped off. I'm like, I'm watching the show live. It says I'm in the room, and I'm not in the room. I don't know what's happening. All right, so real fast. So Glasnow versus Irvin there. I'm going on the under. I like the under more than anything in that A's and Rays games. Although, you could say Glasnow if you like Tampa. Big fave. He's, I think, plus 130 on a run line. But I don't know. I'll go under there. I see 7.5s. And the second game was, were we on Padres? Was it the Padre game I walked into? Or was it the
we're still on
Giants?
the A's game.
Still on the A's game. All right. I wasn't sure. I was like, oh, no, where are we? Okay.
You weren't gone for long. We were just reading off some of the comments. Hello, everyone in the comments. Hello, Elliot V. Hello, Markel Bryant. Hopefully I said that right. And make sure and drop your locks. I love to see the plays in the comments because sometimes a lot of good plays in the comments, and sometimes I will tail those. Let's move on to our next game. We've got the Padres and the Diamondbacks. Padres big favorites here, -170. The Diamondbacks +150. Total is 9. Craig, where are you leaning?
Diamondbacks have been pretty good as underdog this year. I'm on the Diamondbacks here. Call me crazy. I just think, I think the San Diego, after they played so well against the Dodgers, it was a very tough spot to come in. You face an Arizona team that you're going to be big favorite pretty much every game. And, I do think Widener, I believe that's how you say it, is not going to be where he has been so far. But that doesn't mean he won't be tonight. I think throughout the season, eventually he's going to pitch to where they say you're back of your baseball card. But he's been pretty good so far. And San Diego's a kind of a feast or famine lineup. I'm going to take a shot at the big underdog. I see it anywhere from 135 all the way up to 150. So make sure you shop this around for the underdog price on the Arizona team.
Yeah, I think for Ryan Weathers being the starter for the Padres, he's kind of not really a known commodity. He's only made, I think, 2 starts, and a young guy. He is 1-0 with a .59 ERA, and he's done really well, especially against the Dodgers. But it's still such a small sample size that I don't know if the Padres deserve to be favored. -170 here. I know the Diamondbacks not on paper a great squad, but at least the numbers are good for Taylor Widener, although his FIP suggests that his ERA is a little low and he's gotten a little lucky. His ERA 2.82, his FIP almost 2 runs higher than that. So maybe some regression due for Widener here. But I would like an under and maybe sprinkle a little on the Diamondbacks. Sean, who you like here?
Yeah, I think maybe sprinkle some under. Obviously, small sample size, right? We're a month into the season, but both these guys, listen, Widener pitched good against San Diego, what was it, a week ago? I mean, 6 scoreless, I think he had versus them, so not too bad there. And whether it's the rookie for San Diego, 2 great starts versus San Diego, versus LA, I mean, okay, you got to give him some credit for that, even though the Dodgers aren't hitting that well. I think you have to make a play here on the dog, right? I'm a streaky kind of guy, 3 in a row for them, getting 140, 150. I'll lean on Arizona. I'll lean towards the under here. The pitching is what it is, and it's easy to say guys are going to regress, and I say it all the time. Guys will pitch back to the means a little bit, fall back, but until it happens, it hasn't happened yet, right? I mean, everybody's still waiting for the Dodgers to break out. Well, all right, we'll talk about them. Right? No way they lose again, but teams play the way they play right now. Both of these pitchers pitching very well. One team's playing a little better than the other. Padres maybe haven't woken up. They had a nice little series versus the Padres had a nice little series versus the Dodgers, so maybe they're a little we beat our rivals. Here comes Arizona. Not much expected out of them, but I'm taking a dog, and I'll take the under here.
Yeah, I think it's not so much that they haven't woken up. It's that they've played some really mentally tough series. Even that Brewers series for the Padres, one of the games ended with the bases loaded and Josh Hader striking out the final batter for the Padres to lose that one. And then in between, that was the sandwich game. Or I don't know how I phrase that, but it was Dodgers, Brewers, Dodgers. So they've had a tough road, the Padres, with all eyes being on them for that Dodgers series. So it might be a little bit of, a spot where they just can't keep that level of play up. Moving on to the Rockies and the Giants. Giants home favorites here, -149. Total is 7. Craig, who you like? What's the play?
This is one of those series that when you see the Giants, I like the Giants this year. I mean, 15-9, but when you don't score a lot of runs and you win with great pitching, which they've done so far, you got to be careful as favorite because they allow 3 runs in 1 inning, they're going to lose. To me, I like Colorado here. I like the price on Colorado here. I see it anywhere from 115 all the way up to 125. I'm going to take the Colorado Rockies. I think the Giants are, just like I said, a great underdog team. I just don't want to lay them this kind of number as a favorite with the Giants.
Yeah, especially with the Rockies coming off that, I wanted to say overtime. I'm thinking basketball. Extra innings win over the Giants just last night. Sean, who do you like in this one?
I'm back on the under here. I had the under last night. I'll be back on it today. This Rocky team, I do not like at all, but you get a couple of their pitchers like today's guy and Gray's the other guy I like over there. Outside of Colorado, they pitch halfway decent, and San Francisco's just been playing under. The Park's been playing under. Their offense is just an under team, so the pitching is again, they're pitching to what they are right now, and that's an under for me. And I don't want to lay this number. I can't lay this kind of number with San Francisco anytime. I'll just stay away and just go under, thinking it's going to be a 4-1 game. So that's what back to the unders here.
Yeah, a 7 is definitely a sweat.
Yeah, no, it is. But
you don't even watch the game. I think you just kind of check the final score and hope it doesn't go to extras, because that's kind of where unders go to die. Obviously, when the number especially is that low. I think the under is a solid play, but I think the Rockies definitely worth a shot here. Marquez has been good for the Rockies, especially when you have a guy that pitches at Coors Park and has a decent ERA. That means you're doing something right. A 3.45 ERA this season, and holding the Phillies, a pretty solid lineup, a little hot and cold, just to 2 runs in 6 innings. And then Alex Wood on the other end, longtime pitcher for the Braves, and then the Dodgers. He's 2-0 this season with a .75 ERA. Not sure how much longer that'll keep up, just because we've seen it with Corbin Burns. He had a .37 ERA, and then you saw the worst offense in baseball, taken for 5 runs. So none of these pitchers going to end the season with an ERA under 1. That's just how baseball is. Maybe Jacob deGrom, but not Alex Wood. So I think some regression may be due there for him. Let's go on to some basketball. I've got to catch my breath. All right, NBA plays. Craig, love betting on the NBA these days. It can be very volatile, but who do you like?
Game of the night, Clippers and Suns. For sure, game to watch. As a bettor, at least you can say the Suns have won a win. I mean, they're out there. They put in their best lineup out there every night. Clippers, even though they have the same amount of wins, these two teams, you never know who's taking the stage for the Clippers. Kawhi going to be out tonight. Beverly's still out. Ibaka's still out. Suns -4, total 223. I like the Suns here -4. I just think the Suns, they are one of those teams that I think are pretty obvious with how they put the last month, that they're going to play everybody. They want to get that 1 or 2 seed. Clippers, I think, are very comfortable if they're the 1, 2, or 3. So I like the Suns here to continue to be impressive. Chris Paul playing out of his mind at his 34, 35 years old. I mean, he's playing great. I like Chris Paul and the Suns tonight at -4.
Yeah, Chris Paul definitely motivated this season, because I think people just didn't put him in that top tier category. Yep. And he's really been fighting to prove that he belongs in that discussion, and that any team he's on, belongs in the discussion for best team in the West, at least, which is a very tough division. Sean Higgs, who do you like in the NBA?
I was going to take the Wizards tonight. I mean, NBA for me is no betting allowed. Not in this time of year. That's what I say in my little chats. I can't. I thought Golden State, they've been playing really well, right? They were motivated. Curry's been dropping 50 a night or whatever. I'm like, oh, you know what? All right, people, you kind of want to know who I like? Maybe the Suns. They're playing hard. Yeah, they played real hard last night. So I was going to say Wizards, but I think we just could jump on with Craig here on the Suns, because I don't want anything to do with NBA right now. Hockey, baseball have been making me money. I just want to run from the NBA. There's, what else is there to say? Guys, so it's the last 10 days of the season. Guys don't want to play? Are you kidding? I don't want anything to do with it. Go ahead. Put your money on it, folks. I know we're supposed to give out a free pick, but I'm not betting it. I'll tell you. And I'm telling you, I'm not betting these games. No way. I can't do it. But I'll ride the Suns, because they have been motivated a little bit. Right? I've been saying that all along. They want to play. Where's their history? They got to go back to '93 with Barkley and KJ and Dan Marley to when they were respectable. So, I'll go there with you. I was going to take the Wizards and be really crazy, just fade the Lakers, who I hate, but let's go Suns. Try to keep it to the top of the West. Let's go.
Right. At least you're being honest, because I think that's the thing. If you're transparent about, some of these bets, and you say, buyer beware on some of these teams, because who knows what's going on. And me personally, I will be waiting until the playoffs to bet on the NBA.
Tim needs to be checked into a mental hospital betting 11 NBA games this time of year in 2 days.
11?
Oh, my God. I'm not – listen, I bet 11 baseball games yesterday, but at least my guys are going to take the field. I mean,
I don't know. I feel like when you bet that many plays, you have the risk of going 0-11, and that's not a risk I'm willing to take.
NBA, good congratulations, World Sports. I can't do that at NBA. I just can't this time of year. Holy cow!
Llama fan.
Yes, I love the llama.
Yeah,
I'm going to be raffing off. I'm going to be giving away the other llama when I get down to the new place. The
Okay,
llamas go.
so
We're gonna have a
if
little
you guys
contest.
don't know, Sean's daughter painted these lovely llamas. So no, you do not need to be giving these away. These are very sentimental. And no, we're not going to be crashing on your daughter today like we did Leg Show magazine yesterday. So I love the llamas personally, and I think they bring great luck to our show. And hopefully
Today, let's hope.
another no drama llama win. A nice easy win. Hopefully one of the plays on our slate will be
That's
very
right.
easy and not a sweat. Definitely not an under 7. I don't know if that is going to be an easy win. It can be a win, but probably not, a no sweat one. All right, that's going to do it for Quick Hits here on Picks and Parlays. As always, thanks everybody for tuning in. If you missed our picks, you can scroll back and see them. And also make sure and tune in around lunchtime. Just about every day we'll have something live going on for you guys. Don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button. And also, if you want to be notified every time we go live, hit the bell for notifications. That's going to do it for us, for Sean, for Craig, for me. Thanks for watching.